Hello everyone. Today in this session we are going to solve some numerical from motion chapters. We have already discussed theory behind the chapters. Now today our task to solve some numerical from motion chapter. So let's start, students. The first numerical is what? A ball is thrown vertically upwards from the top of a tower with an initial velocity of 19.6 meter per second. The ball reaches the ground after 5 seconds. Okay, and calculate the height of the tower. And the question number second question, the velocity of the ball on reaching the ground. Take g equal to, in this case, 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, now students, suppose this is one tower. And this is the level of the ground. T-O-W-E-R, tower. And this is the ground. And from that point, a ball is thrown vertically upwards from the top of a tower. So that means you can throw the object or ball from this point, and after that it touches the ground. So that means we can consider this is the point O, and this is the point A, and this is the point B, and this is the point C. So the starting point is what? Starting point is O. From the point O, the ball is thrown vertically upwards, and after 5 seconds, the ball touches the ground or reaching at the ground. Okay. So our first target is what? Our first target to find the height of the tower. So what is given? The given quantity is what? Initial velocity is given 19.6 meter per second. And one thing, dear students, given the entire time the ball is reached the ground after 5 seconds, means the time given is entire time, means O to A and A to C. Total entire time is what? 5 seconds. Okay, now students, so for that purpose we can consider the two cases. First one is upward journey, and after that downward journey. So first one is upward journey. Upward journey means O to A. So for O to A, when from the point O the particle is projected with a velocity 19.6 meter per second. So when the particle reach at the point A, so that means the highest point, the final velocity v equal to what? 0. Now students, for first I find that what is the time taken to move from point O to the point A. So that's why we can use the formula v equal to u minus gt. Why minus? Because we can throw the object against gravity. So in this case, the v equal to what? 0 and u minus gt. So t equal to what, students? U by g. U is given 19.6, g equal to 9.8. So that is equal to 2 seconds. So that means, students, the time taken for move from point O to the point A equal to what? 2 seconds. Okay. Now next we find the what is the height from O to A. So that's why we use the third equation of motion, v square equal to u square minus 2gh. So when the particle reach at the point A, at that moment the final velocity v should be 0. So 0 square equal to u square minus 2gh. So h equal to u square by 2g. U equal to what, students? 19.6. So 19.6 into 19.6 divided by 2 into 9.8. So after that only h equal to what? 19.6 meter. Now students, we can find the time required from move from point O to the point A, that is equal to 2 seconds, and the height from O to A, that is equal to 19.6 meter. Now next one is what? Downward journey. Downward journey case, now one thing, students, it is given in this numerical, when you project the particular ball from the point O and after the ball reaching at the point C, the time taken for its entire journey it is given 5 seconds. Now you can find the time taken from move from O to the point A, that is 2 seconds. So that means the remaining time means the 5 minus 2, that is equal to 3 seconds, is equal to what? This is the time for A to C, the time taken for the particle move from point A to the point C. So now students, the downward time journey will be what? Downward time (5 minus 2) 3 seconds. Okay. So now students, when the particle just starts its journey from the point A, at these moments the initial velocity equal to 0. So A is equal to what? Ut plus half g t square. Okay, so u equal to what? 0. 0 into something 3 plus half g means what? 9.8 into 3 square means what? 9. So if we multiply this one after division, it will be 4.9. So 4.9 into 9 means what? I think that will be equal to 44.1 meter. So 44.1 meter is what? 44 is the distance from A to C, and we have already find this value will be what? 19.6. Now our target to find the what is the height of the tower. So if you subtract from this part to this part, then we can get the results what is the height of the tower. Now students, height of the tower equal to 44.1 minus 19.6 meter, that is equal to what students? 44.1 19.6, 11 to 6 means 5, 10 and 4 and 24.5 meter. 24.5 meter is the height of the tower. And the second question, the velocity of the ball on reaching the ground. That means when the particle touches the ground, so with what velocity the particle touches the ground. So that means you can apply V equal to U plus GT. So when the particle starts its journey from the point A, at this moment's initial velocity what? 0. So in the place of U you can write 0 and G equal to what? 9.8, and the time taken from move from point A to the point C will be 3 seconds. So in the place of T you can write 3, and if you multiply two quantity, that is equal to 29.4 meter per second. So by this velocity the ball can touches the ground and the height of the tower will be what? 24.5 meter. I think is it clear students? Okay, so now you can move to the second numerical. Now I move to the second numerical. Second numerical is what? It is given how long will a stone take to fall to the ground from the top of a building 80 meter high. So our first question, you can find the what is the time taken for reaching the ground from a height of building from 80 meter. And next question, with what velocity of the stone on reaching the ground. Okay, so first I can draw the diagrams, and this will be ground, and this is a tall building, and it is given the height of the building is 80 meter. Okay, so from that place you can drop one object and asking that what is the time taken on reaching the ground. So what is given? G equal to is given 10 meter per second square, and since the stone fall from the height of the 80 meter, so U should be 0, and our target to find is what? Time t. So you can apply the second equation of motion, A is equal to ut plus half g t square. Why plus? Because the ball is falling towards gravity. So U should be 0, 0 into something is 0 always, half g, g equal to, you can consider in this case 10, and we can find t, and S is given what students? S is given 80 meter. So from that part, so 2 into 80 equal to 10 into t square. So finally t square equal to what? 2 into 80 by 10, 0 0 is cancel out. So t square equal to what? Only t equal to under root 16, that is equal to 4 seconds. So the time taken to reach the ground will be what? 4 seconds. Now second question is what? With what velocity of the stone on reaching the ground? So that's why you can use once again this formula, V equal to u plus gt, and in this case u should be 0. So v equal to what? G into t, g equal to what? 10. And students, time is given 4. So finally the 40 meter per second is the velocity, and by this velocity the body touches the ground. I think, is it clear, students? Now I can move to the third numerical. Okay, so now students, we can start the third numerical. So third numerical is given: a train travels with the speed of u km per hour from a station A to the station B, and come back with the speed v km per hour in the second. Okay, v km per hour. Find the question is first question average speed, and the question number second is average velocity. So now students, we can first explain the numerical. So suppose this is the station A and this is the station B, and the train starts its journey from the station A with the speed u km per hour, and come back to the same station, means B to A, with a speed v km per hour. So our first target to find the what is the value of average speed. So average speed formula is what we have already discussed. Average speed formula equal to total distance by total time. Okay, now students, the problem is arise that average speed formula total distance by total time, but in this numerical only the speed is given. The first speed is given, the u km per hour. The train move from point or station A to the point station B with the speed u km per hour, and come back to the same station by v km per hour. Only speed is given, no distance, no time. Now the question is arise, how can you solve the numerical? You know the formula average speed equal to total distance by total time, but the total distance is not given, total time is not given. So how can you solve the numerical? Okay, so that's why students, we can consider that distance between the two stations will be x kilometer. Let us consider the distance between two stations equal to x kilometer. Okay, so first x kilometer, the train journey with the speed u km per hour. So all of you know speed equal to what? Speed equal to distance by time. So distance is what? X, and we can consider time is equal to t1. So for the first case, the time taken from move from station A to the station B will be equal to what? t1 equal to what? X by speed equal to what? U, x by u hour. And returning time means B to A. Similarly returning time B to A, t2 equal to what? The distance will be remain same, x by v hour. Now total time will be what? Total time equal to x by u plus x by v. So x is taken outside. Now uv is the LCM, and finally v plus u. This is the total time. Total distance, the first, the train cover the distance x kilometer, and once again the train come back to the same station. So x plus x that is equal to 2x kilometer. Now average speed formula equal to what? Total distance by total time. Total distance equal to what? 2x. Our total time equal to x into u plus v by uv. X is cancel out, so uv is raised upwards, so 2 uv by u plus v. Okay, so average speed equal to what? Average speed equal to 2 uv by u plus v. Now for the second question, average velocity. Average velocity, students, what? 0. Why? Because average velocity formula equal to what? Total displacement by total time. Since the train come back to the same station, so if the particle or object return back to the same point, then total displacement will be what? Total displacement equal to 0. So 0 by something equal to 0. So average velocity will be what? Average velocity equal to 0. I think it is clear, students. So that's all for today's class. Thank you for watching the